Hey, it's me, Magical Shantae. I just had a thought while I am doing my makeup. And it's also kind of like a little PSA because as I realize that things are shifting for me, it makes people uncomfortable and they want to keep me as confined as possible, which is not my fault. And so while I'm saying this about myself, it goes to everybody else that is doing something to better themselves, whether that's school or you got a promotion at work or you just got a job or you just started a business, whatever it is that you do, take note of how people begin to treat you. Like, likely they've always treated you that way, but there's just something about, like, for me, it's an internal feeling. Like, I always know that I'm going to the next level because I notice people's passive aggressions towards me. I notice that they're triggered by the motion that I have. They're triggered by my creativity. They're triggered by, the things that you're able to do that look easy when it's just like, babe, nothing is easy and nothing comes to me with ease the way that it might appear. Now, if you want a life like that, you literally have to align yourself with that by not thinking that you're not able to have the things that you want. It starts with you. Everything that you want that's for the betterment of you wants you. And I could say the same for some negative stuff. You want to talk mess, you want to say, oh, I don't have enough of XYZ, oh, I'll never have this, or oh, it's gonna take me forever, or just whatever, all of the negative stuff, you'll never have what you want or what you need because you are stuck in that place. It's like a little light clicked on in my brain because I'm just noticing subtle little pushback in different ways from a variety of people. And this is internal. Like, when I say internal, I mean people that I interact with, like family or associates or people that I have to deal with, and then even from people that are on the outside. Although I have way more positive experiences than negative, but because I understand both dark and light, I instantly recognize when somebody is giving me oh or whatever. They're looking at me a certain way, and I can see it. I can see it. Like, a prime example is I went to a brunch for Mother's Day yesterday, and I had on a cute dress and some little kitten heels. I wasn't gonna do regular heels because, honey, carrying a 18-month-old in heels, it's possible, but it's a little crazy. So I walked in, and as I walked in, everyone was already seated, and everybody turned around when I walked in. Of course, that's a normal thing because you're looking at whoever walks in, but this one particular lady gave me the ugliest look. And poor darling, she probably didn't even realize that she was doing it. I'm sure she didn't. But the look on her face was just like, how dare you show up in all of your elegance and your beauty and your light. And another example, I had an interview a couple days ago, and I shared this with one of my friends, but I was interviewed by one lady, and then another lady gave me a tour of the place. And the second lady that gave me the tour, her energy was off. And I could just tell, like, it just felt like she was just looking for a reason to not like me. And it wasn't with anything that she was saying or not saying. I could just feel it. I'm used to this. It's something that I'm used to. I'm used to people challenging the way that I think, challenging what I do. If you're not into horoscopes, you really should be, because you need all of these tools, okay? Not just one thing. I've said that, and I'm going to continuously say it because it's true. You're using one thing, and your enemy, the people that want to oppress you, know all of the tools and then some, and they're using it on you, which is why you're still asleep, okay? But the thing about it is that I have a very different way of thinking. And so when I say things, I'm telling you, I've noticed this since forever. Like, since forever. I have a unique way of thinking, and I do things in a unique way. I don't do things the same way that everybody else does. I'm not religious. I understand it. There's beauty in it, but I am not religious. I am more spiritual, okay? I understand that there's a higher power. I understand all of that. And it is, I love it. I love that I don't have to be in control, that I can ask the divine. I can ask God. I can ask the universe. I can ask these beings that are higher than me what it is that I need while I'm doing what I need to do, right? Because the two work simultaneously. Because prayer without works is what? Dead. I know that, okay? But the point is just, people find a way to challenge what it is that I do for myself that works for me. And I understand that if you're used to doing one thing one way, let's say you do your laundry a certain way and someone does their laundry a completely different way, you're interested in how they do it, but you're going to judge them for it because you feel like it's not as good as yours. Mind you, this is the person that you care about. Not fair at all. And it's a small situation, but when you sprinkle in the fact that you care about this person and you're not considering their thoughts, their experiences, how they have come to evolve, why they are the way that they are, all that you can go off is what you've experienced, and you're projecting it onto other people, which is not fair. This is why I don't do that. I don't. Like, I allow people to be exactly who they are. I allow people to show me who they are. And babe, they show up and show out every time. It don't even mean nothing that I gotta do or say. And if it's somebody that is going to be an enemy, they hang themselves every time. They be thinking that they're gonna come and get me. And you can't catch me, baby. You ain't gonna catch me. Okay? So sit on that, think about that, and figure out what it is that you could be doing better to worry about you. Staying in your lane is key to happiness. Finding some type of routine, like as far as health-wise, or going to the gym or just moving your body, it's key. It has changed my life. Okay, I don't know if I posted the video yet, but I'm over here crying over my Zumba instructor leaving because that's how serious it is for me. And I'm ready to move on to the next level and figure out what other things I can do, what other classes I can try. I'm open. In order to truly receive what is for you, you have to be open. If you're closed and you're stuck, how can the blessings flow in? They can't. They won't. It's literally impossible for anything to flow because you're restricted with your thinking. And the thing about it is that the difference between someone who has an open mind and who does not have an open mind is that the person who is open never has to convince somebody else that they're doing something wrong. They allow people to figure it out themselves. Why? Because number one, they're in their own lane. Even if it is a family member, even if it is a friend, let them figure it out. Yes, you can give your warning. You can let them know what it is that you have that's a concern, but you just allow them to be who they are. And if you truly love them and care about them the way that you said, you'll allow them to just glow and grow and flow. And I promise, as long as you're around them, you will learn so much. You will learn if you're willing to. But if you see something and you think that, oh no, that's, whatever, you're entitled to your opinion, because yes, there's also boundaries and everybody has their own boundaries. But my boundary is when someone tries to force something on me that I didn't want. Okay, this is relationships. This is anything. Because we have to understand that for many of us, especially if you were Black or African descent, religion, or specifically Christianity, was forced on us. It was beat into us. We did not come here with that. We may have come here with some type of spirituality, but it was not that. And also, to be honest, Christianity is one of the newer religions. It is. Look it up. It's newer. It's newer. Spirituality and people worshiping the earth and stuff has been around a lot longer. That should tell you something. But again, cognitive dissonance is always going to be the worst enemy for somebody who just does not want to understand. And this is why I don't debate my understanding, because I understand that it is controversial. I understand that it is different. Babe, I'm here to set trends, not follow them. I'm not a follower. I've never been a follower. It's not in me. I'm not allowed to be. My spirit guides, God, the divine, does not allow me to be a follower. I wouldn't be here right now if I was a follower, because guess what? If I was a follower, I would listen to people who sowed seeds of doubt to me, or I would listen, or I would pay attention to people not supporting me. I would allow that to keep me stuck. And that was my downfall in the past. Although I don't regret anything, but my biggest downfall was allowing people to sow their seeds of doubt into me and to my spirit. And because they were people that I loved and trusted, I believed them. And I sat down what it is that I wanted to do and followed what they wanted to do. And I will never do that again. And I don't say never. I don't say never, because I don't use that word lightly, because that means indefinitely. I will never allow somebody to tell me that what they're doing for them is right for me. If I didn't make that decision that it's correct for me, it's not correct for me. It's not, and it won't be. And I won't ever allow somebody to tell me that. Coming out of a freaking abusive relationship, and somebody who constantly and still be trying to verbally abuse you and belittle you and talk down to you, you have to get a backbone, or else you're gonna always be a victim to that. I refuse to allow anybody who is not where I would want to be, or anything, even if they are where I want to be. I have to take a journey for myself. We're all on our own journeys. Even if you're not a spiritual person, even if you're not anything, even if you're an atheist, that alone takes a certain mindset to even come to that conclusion. You have to, and it may or may not be an experience that you've had, but there's something that clicked for you and you're just like, you know what? I don't believe in whatever. Now, that's not my understanding. I definitely believe that there is a higher power. I definitely believe in spirit guides and angels and people who come and help you, people who have passed on, coming to lend their energy to push you and propel you forward. Why wouldn't that be so? Why wouldn't that be so? So for anybody who is ever questioning, why people judge them or critique them, do not fret. Just give those people who are judging you grace. The same grace that Jesus gives, the same grace that God gives. Give it to them, because they need it most. That's all I can say. All I can do is continue to be me, same old G, period. Okay? And really same old D, because period. So that was just one of my thoughts. It's just something that I've been experiencing, and it's been happening more than once. As I create boundaries, as I'm unlearning things, as I'm implementing new things, boundaries being the main thing, I get a lot of pushback, because when people are used to you not having boundaries, then what do they want to do? They want to still find ways to cross it. They want to belittle you. They want to disregard your emotions, your feelings, and your thoughts, and all of that. They go out of their way. It's actually crazy, the projection that you experience with these people. And then you have other people that might not be narcissistic or don't necessarily have issues with boundaries, but in a sense, maybe they do, because they're trying to push something that they believe on you because it's what works for them. And that's perfectly fine. It's fine. I don't love anybody any less, even the people who have done me the fucking dirtiest. Some of the dirtiest people who I still would never out. Well, some of them. But the rest of them, I'll lay it all out. I don't care. But there are a few people that, yeah, I really do feel like have done me real dirty. And it was unsolicited. I can take accountability where accountability needs to be taken, but some things just, Either way, the only thing that you can do is continuously love yourself, continuously nurture yourself, continuously validate yourself. Seek self-validation before you're looking for anything outward. Because looking for outward validation is going to get you stuck in anything. A relationship, with anything, a person. People have really been opening their eyes to looking at certain things regarding religion, and I love it. I understand and I see the beauty of it, absolutely, because that is my foundation, and I will always say that. Anytime I start talking about anything spiritual, I always lead with the fact that I grew up Christian. That's how I grew up. I was baptized as a baby. I was in the church, okay? So it's like, it's not new to me, but I have evolved, and I feel like first of all, I feel like I'm the church. Because wherever I am, if I feel like I need to pray, what am I going to do? Pray or meditate or whatever. If I feel like I need to center myself, that's what I'm going to do. If I feel like I need to get grounded, that's what I'm going to do. It's not about being around a group of people. And I understand that there's power in being around people and worshiping and all that. There's something so beautiful about it. It really is. It's very beautiful. The music, just everything, the fellowship. It's beautiful. It is. But understand that with that light, there is where you find some of the deepest, darkest demons, okay? That do some of the foulest stuff that you can't even wrap your brain around. I think that we need to think further than just what's in front of us and not move in fear. We have to, in order for you to truly evolve, and it's true for me, because initially, I had concerns, I was worried, but now that I have found peace within myself and I was able to obtain it myself, yes, of course, with the help of God, of course, but I found it myself. It's a freedom that many people will never have. I am sovereign. I am free, okay? And I will always continue to be. always, because I chose it. It wasn't, I didn't allow somebody to tell me, oh, this is what you need to be, this is what you have to do. First of all, I don't follow rules the way that everybody else does. I think that people don't really understand that about me. I don't follow rules. I do what I want. People feel like it's crazy, or I've even been told that it's cap, that, you know, I do what I want. No, I really do. I don't follow rules. I do what I want. I follow the rules that I need to follow, but other than that, I do what I want and I get what I want, because I put myself in a position to where the divine understands, okay, this is what she wants. So this is what she's gonna get. Sometimes it doesn't always come so easy, it doesn't always come so quick, and sometimes it doesn't come without a little bloodshed, okay? Because it sometimes requires a sacrifice of a person or things or people, and that is the hardest thing sometimes. It really is. It's the hardest thing, but I have done that. I have walked through the fire. I have been through things that people just wouldn't even some people wouldn't even be able to deal. And I understand that there are people that have been through worse than me. I understand, but I've been through some things, babe. And I've said it, I've been through things early on that have molded me to be who I am, which is wise, sovereign. I had to go through the experiences that I went through to remind me of how wise and sovereign I truly am. I had to. And I do, and I chose this because many of the women in my family didn't have the opportunity to choose. They were told that they had to do something, or they had to stay in that marriage, or they had to stay with that person who was not treating them right, or whatever. Or hell, maybe they didn't even realize that they weren't being treated right because they weren't told that, you know, this is a boundary, this is what you don't accept, this is what you do accept. They were just told, get married, have kids, and that's the way to live. And in the beginning, that's what I did. I thought that that was what I was supposed to do, and no, I was wrong. When you do it with the right person, it's right, because I understand that. I'm not against marriage, I'm not against, you know, being in relationships, but for me, it has to be the right person. And red flags, the red flags cannot be red flagging. I'm strict these days. You literally cannot even sneeze the wrong way and you're out the door. I just did a TikTok, or shared a TikTok, or whatever, posted it, and this man commented, why so, what did he say? Why so rough? So the TikTok was, it was Future, you know, he's a rapper, and it said something about like, once you mess up, like, you're blocked, like, forever, and you don't have to worry about me checking on you or nothing. In short, that's what it was. And the man, I guess, was offended. First of all, I almost blocked his ass for even responding with that. Like, I don't know why men do dumb stuff like that, like responding to my comments, telling me dumb shit like that, or like, you're too pretty to wear makeup. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me alone, because I'm gonna do what I want. Makeup is my way to create, okay? I'm a creative person. This is why I cannot be controlled. You cannot control me. You cannot confine me. You can't. You just can't. So, yeah, he said, oh, why so rough? And I just said, boundaries, honey bun. Boundaries. That's why, because I didn't always know that. I didn't always know that, yeah, at the first sight of somebody doing something that you don't like or makes you feel uncomfortable, that is a red flag. But we also have to be clear about our red flags. A lot of times, again, when you are not taught what the hell a red flag even is, you just go around thinking that, you know, everything is fine. You're thinking that if you are a person who has a light heart, you know, you're a caring and giving person, you're optimistic, you think that you can see the good in everybody, and those same people be looking at you like a target. And that's how we get in these situations that we can't get out of sometimes. Or, yeah, we can get out of it, but we don't get out of it unscathed. Trust me, I don't talk about stuff that I've not been through. Shit, I'm living it right now. So, all in all, the challenge is, I challenge us, and even me, because there are things and ideas that I have sometimes that can be limiting. For the most part, I'm a very open person, but I still have things that I have to work through to change my limiting belief, okay? I challenge us to work through limiting beliefs. I promise it will change your life. It will change your outlook on life. Instead of you saying that you don't have enough of this, I promise you will find a way to figure it out. Yeah, you'll figure out a way anyways, but like, your words, they literally can be spells. Literally, they can make or break your success. They can make or break your love life. They can make or break your mental, your physical, your emotional. If you're constantly talking mess about yourself, I did this the wrong way. Damn it. If you're constantly talking mess about yourself, like, oh, I'm too FAT, or I am, oh, dare I say the word? I don't even like to say it because it's a curse word to me. And yes, I cuss, but this word is more of a curse word to me than any word that I could ever say. B-R-O-K-E. Oh, I'm B-R-O-K-E. Even me spelling it, I rebuke it. Send it away, okay? We don't say things like that. It's limiting beliefs. You have to change your mindset. You have to. Because if not, you're going to say stuff. Yes, you'll excel. You'll have like the money and all that stuff. But something inside of you is still going to always feel hungry and not full because you're not fulfilled. Because you're not talking to yourself right. You're not really treating yourself right. Therefore, it signals to the divine that you don't even feel worthy of what you have. Therefore, situations sometimes can occur to where you lose it all and you have to rebuild. But guess what? With that rebuilding, it's going to teach you not only structure, but it's going to teach you, like, don't ever do that again. It's going to teach you some of the harshest lessons. But you will learn as long as you're willing to. If you're not willing to learn, then it's going to keep on repeating. I don't make the rules. I also don't follow them. But anyways, I think I've rambled enough. It was just a thought that I've had, just a thought while I'm doing my makeup. I'm getting ready to go pick up the kids from their other grandma's house. And Brown People has soccer today, and I'm going to go to my mom's, give her the gift that I got her for Mother's Day, and spend some time. And then we will go from there. Yeah, I think that is it. If I think about it, I'll put in a finished look after I'm done.
Why do you post so much when you have so little followers? Because I'm a diva. I'm a certified diva. And certified diva behavior to me is posting, doing whatever you want, and not letting the fear of flopping get in the way. Certified divas don't care if they flop, because you have